Right behind me, I've got a 2025 Ford Mustang GT Premium Fastback. If you guys are new to the channel, my name is Jason and I do reviews on vehicles here in Canada, so reviews just like this. If you love car reviews, be sure to like this video and also subscribe to the channel. Also, thank you to Mayfield Ford for allowing me to review this GT Premium Fastback. And in today's video, I'm going to be going over the different models that you can get with the Ford Mustangs, the safety features that you do get with this GT Premium Fastback, the engine specs on this, the exterior, the interior, the infotainment system, and of course, the pricing. Okay, so in terms of the different models that you can get with the Ford Mustangs, here are all of the ones that are available and that you can pick from. So there's a few to pick from, and I think there's one for every type of person. And as for the safety features that you do get with the GT Premium Fastback, here they are, and you do get quite a good amount of safety features packed into the Mustang. In terms of what powers the Mustang here, this does have the 5-liter Coyote V8 engine, which just sounds amazing, and I want to show you that later on in the video. But this does produce 480 horsepower and 418 pound-foot of torque. And I think if you're getting a very nice sounding V8 like this one, I don't think the fuel economy really matters. So I'm just going to throw up the window sticker on this because this does have quite a few upgraded options added to it. And you'll notice all of this once I walk around the vehicle and even inside, because this has the Bang & Olufsen sound system. It also has the GT Performance package, also the Mustang Night Pony package, the active valve exhaust, and even the MagneRide dampening system. So quite a few things added to this, and this is what makes this model here in particular very nice. All right, let's jump right into it. So in the front, you can see how mean and aggressive that this thing looks. Once you do get to the GTs and up, the front fascia is actually different compared to like the base model and the other models that are below the GT, but I think this one looks way better. Just look at how aggressive the front end is. You have all of these openings in the center, right below like the grill area, like the lower grill area, whatever you want to call it. You have your sensor there in the middle. Now you do have the side vents here on the corners, but only one of them on the driver's side is functional. Now if you come up close here at the bottom of the bumper, you do have this lip, which also adds to the aggressive look on this vehicle, and I just can't get over how nice this thing looks. And then you just get into your grill area. Look at how nicely this is done. There's a ton of gloss black everywhere, and you have opening here, here, and over here. Plus you have the black pony in the center, and then these super cool looking LED lights. I mean, the whole shape of this car, including the lights, the front fascia, everything just screams aggressiveness. There's also the black bezeling in the housing of the headlights. Now it's hard to tell on this because this car is in black, so everything on the exterior or the sides of the grille area is body color, other than this pretty much middle section here. It is black, so everything else, if you do get a different color, you will notice that. And then moving up onto the hood area, you do have this section here, which is your functional vents. So you kind of have like this cool looking hood scoop, which also adds to the whole look of the front. All right, coming around to the side, you've got the nice, sleek Mustang look, the modern Mustang look. I'm so used to reviewing trucks and SUVs and high cars that this thing just looks super low. But if you come around to the side here, this is the hardtop. You can also get a convertible. Now you can't tell, but the roof is black. And yeah, if you're not familiar with Mustangs, this is a two-door. You got the body color door handles, even the side mirror caps are black. Then you do have the black plastic here. There's also the turn signal built in, and then on the fender you do have the 5.0 badge and even a side skirt on the side. So all along the side and the front, this thing just looks even lower with all of this. And then you have these beautiful wheels. These are your 19-inch wheels, but I just love the way that these look. And of course, you have the massive red Brembo brakes on this. You've even got your reflector up here by the tire area. But man, these tires look so nice with this vehicle. If I do take a step back, here it is, super sleek. Also, if you look at the back here, you have another reflector. And speaking of back, let's head to the rear. So this is what the rear looks like. Super modern looking, very nice details and all of that good stuff. So let's start off on the bumper area. Now in the front, you had the body color one, but back here, you do have the plastic bumper in black. You've got your reverse light in the center in a unique spot. You've got the quad exhaust outlets here, which sounds very nice, and I'm going to show you in just a second. There's also the reflectors and the rear safety sensors. And then you just move into your trunk area. So pretty much you've got your cool looking lights here. And when you do turn on the turn signal, they also look very cool. I'm going to show you. Here in the center, you do have the GT badging, and it also says performance. There's also the backup camera, and this does have the rear spoiler delete due to some restriction with the manufacturer, so that's why you don't see it here. Let me quickly show you the turn signals, and then let's get to the exhaust. Here's what I was talking about the turn signal. So you can see it goes like one at a time, so very, very nice in terms of like the animations. I mean, it's something very, very small, but it looks cool. All right, let's go ahead and start up this bad boy. And the cool thing about this is I can do everything, even the revs, from the key fob here. So obviously I can do the remote start, but I can also rev it from here, so I don't have to go inside and press the pedal manually. That's really cool. So let me go ahead and start it up and give you those revs so you know how this 5.0 sounds. So yeah, this thing sounds insane. Now let's pop the trunk here and see what we get back here. So you do have a little button underneath here. So opening that, you can just lift this bad boy up and you actually get a decent amount of space back here. So you can see it goes pretty far back in there. And yeah, you have all of this room for all of your things. Even though this is a 2-door, you can still fit a good amount of things. And back here, you do have your sub. And also if I lift up the carpet area down here, you do have kind of more things that you can fit if you do want to, and you have the space up here. All right, let's jump inside. We're gonna go straight to the front because there is really no point in getting into the rear. If you are getting this, you can only fit children back there, let's be honest. But yeah, main action is gonna be in the front, but let me just show you the rear just for the sake of the video, and there you are. So you have these nice bucket seats back here. Very, very nice. And I love the interior color on this. You kind of have like this deep red, and then obviously you have the blacks, and then the perforated middle sections, the bottom sections. Very, very nicely done, I think. And even to match the seats, you have the red seat belts with the black striping. You know what? I changed my mind just for the sake of the video. I'm gonna jump back here because I really wanna see and very curious on how these seats feel. Okay, I'm back here. I'm not gonna attempt to even put this seat back because it is just gonna crush my legs. If you wanna see the headroom on this, I am 5'11" and I'm wearing a hat. I am scrunched down like this. I can't even lift my head. It's so tiny, like I have to go back here. But yeah, I mean, like I said, this is for kids mainly back here if you wanna have them back here, but the main action is in the front. And in terms of the door trim area, this is also pretty nice. You got the blacks going on, the nice reds going on. You do have some space down here. You got a speaker here. You got a speaker up here as well. And then you have this nice chrome trimming. And then obviously the red soft touch material. And then you also have this nice looking carbon fiber trimming, which you're gonna notice on the steering wheel. And yeah, I mean, it looks very nice, even across the dashboard. The other thing you really have up here are just the front window controls, side mirror controls, and then just your memory seat controls. All right, now as for these front seats, these are very, very comfortable. Now, don't get me wrong, the back seats are comfortable, just not enough space. These are also very, very nice. You got the red contrast stitching here, the red and black seats. You also have the perforated bottom and back sections. The front seats do come heated and ventilated. And to match the rear, of course, you have the red seat belts here with the black striping. But yeah, that's about it for the front here. And then on the side, you do have your power seat adjustments. And down here, you have this nice looking Mustang and the pony door sill piece. Underneath, nothing too fancy, just your nice looking premium foot pedals. Here is your hood latch release. And then moving to the side here, you have your trunk button and then all of your exterior lighting controls and the cluster dimmers. Now, even up by the vent here, you have more of like that carbon fiber trimming, more chrome trimming, and a nice Easter egg. You got the pony on the side. Your steering wheel is manual adjustable. I just want to show you something very cool on the cluster area here. So when I do open up the door, you have this beautiful animation here that plays on the screen. Looks really, really neat. All right, so when you enter inside, your dashboard does have like this hard, soft material with the hard material as well. You've got the speaker here on the pillar. You've got one in the center and then one over there. And then you get into this very cool looking digital cluster area. This is a 12.4-inch screen here, and I really like how it's one massive piece blended in with the touchscreen. I'm gonna touch on this in a second, but let's go to this for a second. Look at all the nice details on this, and you can even change a bunch of different things on here. And all of that is controlled through here. So If I just go down, you can see all sorts of different information. But then if I go on the touchscreen here quickly, I want to show you. First off, if I go and press this little pony button at the bottom, this is what's going to pop up here. And if I go to cluster theme, I can change all of the themes here. So if I go match drive mode, so it's going to show me this here. And again, if I press down, the information in the center is going to change. Now, there's also the sport, which is going to look like this. Very nice. There's also the track, which looks like this, a little bit more aggressive. You also have calm, which this one is. There's the classic, the 67 to 68. So that's what that looks like. There's the Fox body, 87 to 93. Here it is. And then you have this one, which is the SVT 99 to 01. That's what that looks like. I think this one is my favorite by far. You get that nice classic look in your modern Mustang. All right, as for the steering wheel, you've got the soft touch material on this. You've got the nice perforated sections where your thumbs go. You've also got more of that carbon fiber trimming, more of that chrome trimming all around here. The silver pony here. This also does come heated, which is a bonus. And on the left side here, you have all of your cruise control settings, follow distance, your different modes, your lane keep. And I'm gonna quickly show you the different modes here. So if I just press down, so you can see it changes the whole cluster and it gives you this nice animation. So I have custom, there's also the normal, there's the sport, and then you have track, and then there's drag strip, there's also slippery, and then it comes to custom. I really love the animations that each and every one of those different modes has. Very, very neat. And then on the other side, you have all your cluster controls, volume controls. Here are your steering settings. So if I click into this, you have 3 to choose from. You got normal, you have comfort and sport, and then you have your Bluetooth button here. Also, you will notice behind the steering wheel, you do have the paddle shifters and you have your high beams and indicators. And the other side, you have your wiper controls. All right, moving to your center armrest area, you've got soft touch material with the red contrast stitching. And opening this up, you have a decent amount of storage space in here. You can fit quite a few things. You've also got an outlet in here. And then you move into your center console area. So you have your electronic parking brake here, which is a very unique one. So you get this nice handle. So once you do put your foot on the brake and you pop it down, this disengages it. And if you pull it up, it engages it. So that's really nice. You have your cup holders here with the chrome trimming around, and then your handy dandy shifter, which it has the gear one here. I'm so used to having it here, I keep pressing this, but it's actually at the top. Even here, you have the carbon fiber trimming, and then the red contrast stitching. More space up here, USB ports, and a 12-volt outlet. Up here, behind these buttons even, you have more of that nice trimming, even up here behind the vents. But here, you have your engine start-stop button, auto start-stop here. Here's the pony button, so if I do click this, it does show a bunch of information on here, which I'm going to cover. You got your traction control, hazards, here's your favorite, and then your max cooling or heating, and then your volume and power button for the touchscreen. Here's the vents with more chrome trimming, and then you get into this beautiful 13.2-inch touchscreen. I love what they've done with this. Everything just looks super, super crystal clear. I love the layout on this. They're so easy to use. First of all, at the bottom here, you even have your heating and cooling temperature controls, along with the heated steering wheel control, and then the heated and vented seat controls off to the side. Now, on the actual screen here, you've got your map section, audio, your connect phone, your settings, features, and apps. So very straightforward and easy to use. Let's go in settings here for a second. Here you have all of your typical stuff that you can have on a vehicle, but yeah, you can fine tune all of that. Let's head back and go into features. Here you have your driver assistance, so all your safety features. You can turn them on, off, and adjust them however you want. And let's head back again. You've got My Mustang here, which is pretty much this pony button down here. So here it pulls up quite a few things for your vehicle. You have your track apps, auxiliary gauges, custom mode, my color, and then the themes that I was showing you for the cluster. You can even control the exhaust here. You can put it quiet, medium, sport, and then track mode, of course. But yeah, that's what that section is for. And then heading back, you just got your edit favorite and owner's manual. If you go back again, down here, you just have your apps. Here, you're gonna find your Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So very, very easy to use. And one thing that I love that Ford does with their vehicles is you do have a mini screen off to the right. So as I just scroll through, I can view even more information on this little screen. And here's what the reverse camera looks like on this. So you have obviously your standard one, you got the guidelines, you got your parking sensor chimes to turn them on or off, and you can even zoom in to that particular area. And this little guy here, which if you get closer to things, obviously it's gonna turn red, but yeah, that's your little sensor bar. All right, moving up, you just got your handy dandy rear view mirror. Moving further up here, This is where you put your cool little sunglasses, and then your interior lights. Here's the key fob for this Mustang, your typical Ford key. All right, let's head to the passenger side and let me show you on this side as well. So more of that nice trimming continues with the chrome trimming. You've even got the gloss black here that also says Mustang, more red contrast stitching, and then you just have your typical glove compartment space. And here's the window sticker for this Mustang GT Premium Fastback. The pricing that you see is in Canadian dollars. Well, that does it for the review on this 2025 Ford Mustang GT Premium Fastback. Let me know in the comments down below, what do you think of this little beast?